Do you ever feel like the world is too big and your dreams are too far away? Let me share with you the story of a boy who started with nothing more than a curious mind and a deep love for learning. He wasn't born with superpowers. He wasn't a genius from the beginning or a billionaire by birth. But through passion, hard work, and an unshakable belief in learning, he became one of the most powerful and influential people in the world. That boy is Bill Gates, a name now known for success, innovation, and generosity. Bill Gates' story is not just about becoming rich. It's about believing in your dreams, staying focused, and turning your ideas into reality. It's about never giving up, no matter how difficult life gets. Today, we begin his journey. We will talk about his childhood, his early curiosity, the struggles he faced, and how his love for computers began. By the time you finish this story, you won't just know about Bill Gates' early life, you will feel inspired to follow your own dreams. And as we go, try to learn new English words and phrases too, just like Bill Gates believed in learning something new every single day. Bill Gates was born on October 28, 1955, in Washington, USA, into a caring and supportive family. His full name is William Henry Gates, a name passed down from his father and grandfather. But at the time of his birth, no one in the family had any idea that this small boy would grow up to become a global icon. Bill's family was neither extremely rich nor poor. They lived a comfortable middle-class life. His father, William Gates, was a tall and disciplined lawyer who valued hard work and education. His mother, Mary Maxwell Gates, was a kind, intelligent woman who worked as a teacher and later served on the boards of several large organizations. Even as a baby, Bill showed signs of deep curiosity. His parents used to joke that he could sit and stare at something for hours, trying to figure out how it worked. This habit of questioning and observing would become one of his greatest strengths in life. From a very young age, Bill showed brilliance. He loved books and read everything he could find. By the age of 7, he was reading books on science, history, and law. His favorite place in the house was the small family library, where he would sit for hours with a book in his lap, lost in the world of knowledge. However, Bill wasn't perfect. In school, he often got bored because the lessons were too easy for him. He didn't enjoy following rules, and teachers sometimes complained that he was too restless and distracted. But his intelligence made him stand out. One day, when he was just 9 years old, a teacher asked him, "Bill, why do you always look distracted in class?" Bill confidently replied, "Because I have already read the book." This response made it clear that he needed a more challenging environment. His parents understood this and decided to enroll him at Lakeside School, a private school known for encouraging smart and independent thinking students. This decision would change the course of Bill's life. At Lakeside, Bill was introduced to something that fascinated him even more than books, and that was computers. During the late 1960s, computers were very rare. They were massive machines that filled entire rooms and were only owned by large companies or universities. But Lakeside had access to a computer terminal, and the moment Bill saw it, he was completely hooked. The first time he touched a keyboard, he felt like he had discovered magic. He started spending hours in the computer room, learning how to write code and program. His passion became so strong that he often skipped his regular classes just to spend more time on the computer. At first, some teachers were upset by this, but soon they realized that Bill had a rare talent. At just 13 years old, Bill wrote his first computer program. It was a simple game of tic-tac-toe, where a user could play against the computer. This small success filled him with pride and excitement. It showed him that he could build things using code. During this time at Lakeside, Bill met a senior student named Paul Allen. Paul was quiet and thoughtful, while Bill was energetic and outspoken. Despite their different personalities, they became good friends because they both shared a deep love for computers. They would often talk for hours about technology and the future. One day, Paul said something bold, "Bill, I believe one day there will be a computer on every desk and in every home." At that time, it seemed like a crazy idea. Computers were big, expensive, and used only by large businesses. But Bill believed in that vision too. By the time he was 15, Bill was not just learning, he was earning too. Together with Paul Allen, he started his first business. It was called Trafo Data. They created a computer program to read and analyze traffic data for cities. From this project, they earned $20,000, a huge amount of money for two teenagers in the 1970s. This experience taught Bill an important lesson: success isn't just about having great ideas. You also have to take action and work hard to bring them to life. Even though Bill was deeply focused on learning and working, he had a playful side too. At school, he often chose to sit with the girls in class, not because he wanted to flirt, but because he believed that girls were more serious and disciplined about their studies. This helped him become more confident in social situations. Bill was also extremely competitive. He loved solving problems quickly and often bet with his friends on who could finish first. He hated losing and would always push himself to win. His parents sometimes worried that he was too obsessed with computers. One evening, his mother said, "Bill, you can't spend your whole life in front of a computer." But Bill smiled and replied, "Why not, Mom? One day, computers will change the world, and I want to be part of that change." Even as a teenager, Bill had big dreams. He didn't just want to be a programmer, he wanted to build something huge, something that would help everyone. Late at night, Bill and Paul would sit together at Lakeside and talk about the future. They didn't know all the answers, but they shared a common vision to make computers accessible to everyone. In 1973, when Bill was 18 years old, he joined Harvard University, one of the top colleges in the world. His parents were very proud and hoped he would become a successful lawyer like his father. But Bill had different plans. While other students studied law, medicine, or history, Bill spent most of his time in the computer lab. He skipped many of his classes to write code and explore new technologies. One day, a professor asked him, "Why don't you focus on your studies?" Bill replied, "Because this is the future. Computers will change everything, and I want to be ready for it." Then in 1974, while still at Harvard, something big happened. A company named MIT's launched the Altair 8800, the first personal computer. Until then, computers were only for big businesses. But this new machine was different. When Paul Allen saw the news about the Altair in a magazine, he rushed to Bill and said, "This is it. This is our chance." They decided to write software for the Altair, even though they didn't even own the machine. Using their knowledge, they created a program that worked. In 1975, at just 20 years old, Bill made one of the boldest decisions of his life. He dropped out of Harvard to start a software company with Paul Allen. His parents were worried. His mother said, "Bill, Harvard is your future," but Bill replied, "Mom, this is my future." That same year, they started a company called Microsoft for microcomputer software. Their goal was to make software for personal computers. The early days of Microsoft were difficult. They had no office, no money, just a dream. Bill wrote the code, and Paul built business relationships. Slowly, their hard work paid off. The program they created for the Altair was a success, and soon, other companies started noticing their work. In 1980, the tech giant IBM approached Microsoft. They wanted Bill to build an operating system for their personal computer. Bill didn't have one yet, but he didn't say no. He bought an existing system, improved it, and named it MS-DOS. IBM liked it, and Microsoft became a key player in the software industry. Then in 1985, Microsoft launched Windows, a software that made computers easier to use. It changed everything. Now, ordinary people could use computers at home and work. Bill's dream of putting a computer on every desk was starting to come true. As Microsoft grew, so did the competition, especially from Apple and its co-founder Steve Jobs. Although they were business rivals, they respected each other. Steve Jobs once said, "Bill is unimaginative but brilliant at running a company." Bill replied, "Steve had a flair for design like no one else." In 1987, at the age of 31, Bill Gates became the youngest self-made billionaire in history. But even with all his success, he didn't slow down. He believed that being successful meant having the responsibility to give back. In 1994, Bill married Melinda French. They had 3 children. Even though they were wealthy, Bill and Melinda made sure their children were raised with strong values and a sense of humility. In 2000, they started the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Today, it's one of the largest charitable organizations in the world. It works to improve global health, education, and access to clean water. In 2006, Bill stepped down from his daily work at Microsoft to focus full-time on the foundation. He said, "I have been lucky in technology. Now I want to give back to the world." He worked on solving big problems like clean energy, education, and health. During the COVID-19 pandemic, the the foundation helped fund vaccine research and distribution around the world. In 2010, Bill teamed up with billionaire Warren Buffett to create the Giving Pledge. They invited other rich people to promise to give away most of their wealth to help others. More than 230 billionaires joined. In 2021, Bill and Melinda announced their divorce, but they continued to work together on the foundation. The life of Bill Gates is a story of intelligence, hard work, failure, impact, and generosity. He shows us that anyone, with enough curiosity, effort, and kindness can change the world. Let his story inspire you. Dream big, start now, keep learning, work hard, give back, and never stop growing, because the world doesn't just need more money, it needs more people who care, and that person could be you. If Bill Gates' story inspired you, share this video with someone who could use a little motivation today. And don't forget to subscribe for more powerful stories that can change the way you see the world. Keep dreaming big, and we will see you in the next video. Let's grow together.